If it's got wheels and an engine, we're going to check it out. Welcome to Island Driver TV. Once again, the British Car Club gets together and does their annual meeting in Waikiki. And Ed Kemper went out there to check out the cars and find out just what kind of qualifications you need to claim your car is British. So get on that couch and buckle up, because Island Driver TV starts now.
If you love cars, if you're looking to buy one, or if you need an automotive tip, keep watching, because Island Driver TV starts now. Get behind the wheel of the latest cars with Ed Kemper. Take a look at locals and their sweet rides. Learn what it's like to drive some of Hawaii's most unusual vehicles, plus a whole lot more. Island Driver TV.
Aloha and welcome to Island Driver TV. We're in beautiful Waikiki, and we're going to go to a car show where the cars are all grouped a different way. So we're going to find out about what they are, and they're all from one country. So there's over 60 British cars here, and we're with the Commander-in-Chief of the British Car Club, and he's done something a little differently this year, that is positioning them. What have you done?
We've just tried to group our cars by the marks. You know, Triumphs, Jaguars, Austin Healeys, that kind of stuff. And this year is our 27th year, and one of the founder of the British Car Day passed away this year, so it's kind of an homage to our friend Harvey Anderson.
And of course, it's a beautiful day here in Waikiki, and we're going to jump around and take a look at the cars as they're positioned.
Absolutely. All right, Ed.
So this is the first group among the grouping here at the British Car Day. And we start with the Lodi. Is that plural of Lotus? I'm not sure. Anyway, and Heather has this beautiful blue one. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it? Besides, it's a right-hand drive.
It is right-hand drive. It's a 1962 Lotus Elite. It was my dad's car. It was Harvey Henderson's car. And up until December, he passed away in December. And then the car is going to come and live with us in Washington, but we wanted to make sure it saw one last British Car Day here in Honolulu before it comes to Washington.
There's one rule the British Car Club has. You have to bring it back every year.
Okay. I wish we could, but...
So what kind of engine is that, though?
It actually used to be a water pump engine for a fire truck, funny enough. So it's a little bitty engine, but the car is super, super light, so it makes it go just as fast as it needs to.
Well, it's certainly in beautiful shape, and hopefully you'll have a lot of fun with it.
Absolutely. We're going to take it to a bunch of shows in Washington and show it off there, so we're going to love it just like he did.
Here's an owner, Pat, who has more than one British car, and this particular one is a what?
It's a 1970 MGB GT.
And what made it a GT?
Actually, an Italian-designed hardtop with a hatch in the back. So it's this amalgam of British and Italian design. It's quite nice.
So the GT part's the roof line, is that it?
Yeah, it's the Italian line.
Okay, and does it have more horsepower than the regular one?
No, it's the same engine.
So how much engine is in this particular model?
That's an 1800cc four-cylinder. Puts out about 70 horsepower.
And stick shift, of course.
Of course.
Wire wheels.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly a beautiful color. Is this original?
No, it's been modified a little bit. Just an upgrade. The former owner, M.G. Lewis, he did a lot of the upgrades, and then I continued that on when it passed on to me.
Okay, well, it's certainly a beautiful vehicle. Thanks. So among the Jaguars, there's some actually newer models, and Tak's going to tell us about this particular one.
Okay, so 2008 XJR, final year.
And so what kind of engine does it have?
It's a 4.2, which is about 400 horsepower.
Whoa.
This was the final year of that kind of classic shape, you know, with the curves. After this, the design changed to more modern times of Jaguar.
So how do you like it, though?
Yeah, it's like driving around in a sofa.
I've never heard that comparison.
So it's very comfortable,
Yeah.
particularly.
I think, I had a Jaguar sedan, and it was extremely comfortable and quiet.
Yes, very quiet. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's sitting in your living room.
How big is the engine?
4.2, as I said.
But how much horsepower?
400.
Oh, yeah, okay. So everybody recognizes this classic sort of squarish off-roading vehicle. They're Land Rovers, and you can see 3 of them here. This particular one has a V8. And of course, they're bringing them back. We're going to see a new Defender pretty soon. So it'll have also the squarish look of this one. So we're here with Gary, and we are with a very different car than you would think. What's British about this one?
Well, Carol Shelby took an AC car back in the 60s with a little 4-cylinder engine in it, and he took that out and put a 289 from a Mustang in it, and that became an AC Cobra, and when he bumped it up to a 427, it became a Shelby Cobra.
And these are Shelby Cobras?
They're replica Shelby Cobras manufactured by different companies. This one's made by Factory 5. We got one here from Hurricane, one from Backdraft, and one from Lone Star Motors.
And they all have Ford V8s, is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. You may occasionally find one that has a Chevy engine in it, but true believers all use Ford power plants.
And what's the body made of?
These are fiberglass. The original ones were aluminum.
And of course, they were great race cars in their era.
Race cars. Very, very lightweight. This car only has 2,400 pounds, and we're pushing 400 horsepower.
And you do the math for that, folks, and you've got a lot of power. One of my favorites, and Bob's going to tell us about his particular favorite. And what is it?
This is a 1964 Austin Healey BJ8 Phase 1.
Whoa, that's a lot of detail. What's the engine like?
Well, it's a 6-cylinder engine, Austin manufactured. Former truck engine, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's an Austin Healey 3000.
Right.
Essentially. And they've been going up in value these days. What do you think they're worth?
Well, it depends on the condition, really. The Austin Healey's that have been completely done over, reconditioned, they're selling in the $90,000 range, but that doesn't include this one.
Unfortunately, I had one of them and didn't keep it. Duh. But how much horsepower does this 6-cylinder produce?
About 140.
Oh, so real.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a fast car. They race. And if you tune them up and really race them, they'll go 160 miles an hour.
Whoa. But this particular model that you have, maybe not.
No, not so much. This model, maybe 120.
Okay. That's fast enough.
Faster than I want to go, yeah.
Okay. Thanks. So as usual, British Car Day is always fabulous here in Waikiki, as you can see with this lovely British flag, and also the very entertaining cars. And we'll be back next year to do it again.
Living in Hawaii, you need the best, and WeatherTech floor mats from Wetokoli are the perfect choice. When those unfortunate accidents happen and your plate lunch goes to the floor, WeatherTech mats will be there to protect, and they're easy to clean. Deep channels trap water, dirt, mud, and sand, and they're available for hundreds of makes and models, so no matter what you drive, you'll find a perfect fit. WeatherTech floor mats. Find them at Wetokoli on Dillingham, just ever of Kalihi Street. This segment sponsored by Napa Auto Parts Hawaii with 38 store locations statewide.
Hi, I'm Arnold, and this is my sweet ride. This is my 97 F350 turbo diesel. Let me show you what I've done to it. One shot, now the future is yours. Go! One shot, now the future is yours. Go! So the biggest transformation is my airbag setup. So right here we have 2 airbags that soften the ride. So with these massive 40-inch tires, I had to put a steering stabilizer with hydraulic steering. So I'm a welder by trade. And with all the intricate details, I just try to put a spin on it with all the triangles and the diamonds. So the triangles is more for the Hawaiian tribal theme. The diamonds represent the logo of a car club that I'm in, Severtise. So as for the front, the rear is on airbags too, with a 4-link and a pad hard bar setup. So with these crazy drivers on the road nowadays, I need these horns. When I honk them, the drivers get out of my way. So right here we have 26-inch by 14 wide hardcore wheels sitting on 40-inch rear tires. To make it easier to get in the truck, I can lower it. So with the drive shaft, it comes plain black. I decided just to put a Crayola sticker on it. So this Ford comes with a 7.3 diesel international motor. So to work on it, I have to bring it down and have a ladder to get under. So I got these little halo lights from Outlaw LED, and I control them by my phone. Since my favorite color is red, I had to keep the truck the stock color. Even I made my tint red. So when I'm driving, it's pretty cool that I get to be up this high and I can look down at people. So I consider this truck a cruiser mainly because I don't go past 55 miles an hour. I always have people on the side of me on the freeway taking pictures, smiling, giving me a wave, thumbs up. So it took me 18 months to build this truck, and this is not what I really want. I need to make the real one now. So the real one is gonna have 1-ton Dodge axles, and the suspension is gonna be really more trick. So this one, either I'm gonna take it apart and sell it, or I'm just gonna buy a single cab truck and put this suspension in. I'm Arnold, and I hope you enjoyed my sweet ride.
This segment sponsored by Napa Auto Parts Hawaii with 38 store locations statewide.
Can I help you?
Do you have a replacement for this oxygen sensor?
Oh, yeah. Watch this. Hey, Rick, what do you think?
Zirconium dioxide, 5-wire. Yeah, we got that. That's part number 24302.
What aisle?
Third.
Shelf?
Second. From the bottom.
That's like a superpower, like a strange and specific superpower.
I heard that.
Let me get that for you.
Thank you, Rick.
You're welcome.
Quality parts,
Helpful people.
that's Napa know-how.
You work hard all day long. And when it's time to play, you play just as hard. And through it all, your Wetokoli seat covers are working hard too, taking the punishment you give them and defying the effects of dirt, sand, and water. Wetokoli can handle everything your lifestyle demands. And when it's time to relax, you know you've made a smart investment. No matter what your lifestyle, Wetokoli has you covered.
Welcome to Island Driver TV. This gives you a clue why we're here in Aikahi Park in Kailua. It's Cars and Coffee, a big car show with a very diverse set of cars, and we're going to check it out. So this Miata caught our attention because of its super large rear wheels, and David's going to explain the process he's going through.
Yes, the frame had to be made. So I made a frame. One of my other instructors welded it for me because he TIG welds and I arc weld. So he wanted to do that. So he did the welding, and I did the design of the frame. I put a short-chain 12-volt rear end in there with steel axles, disc brakes right around, and I put 18.5-inch wide Mickey Thompson tires in the back under the fenders.
So what ultimately is going to power this thing?
Ultimately, hopefully by next summer, it's going to be electric, full-on electric, not hybrid.
So I noticed it's got about 9 gear shift knobs on it. What's the deal with that?
Well, it's automatic transmission, 4-speed automatic transmission. It's to shift individual gears so you can't miss-shift. That's mostly for racing, but I don't race the car. I just drive it. It's a daily driver for me.
Well, and it's going to have those big tires.
Yes, they are. Yep. Yeah, that's the difference between all these other Miatas is the tires, the frame, the rear end. Because usually they don't have a swinging rear end like this. They have an independent rear end.
Okay, well, we'll see. Thanks. So one of my favorite engines, which was built in Cleveland, is in my car and Adrian's car, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his vehicle here.
Good morning. This is my 1970 Mustang Mach 1. It's all original, but has been completely restored. It's got a 351 Cleveland. It had a little bit of high performance work done to it, and upgraded manifolds, upgraded carburetors, completely redone interior. She's new to the island, and she's just happy to be out cruising Hawaii now. We brought her back from the mainland last year, and she's just getting accustomed to it.
You know, I see these auctions these days of vehicles of this vintage, and they seem to be getting crazy prices. Is that your feeling?
It's interesting, the resto mods versus the complete originals. There used to be such a disparity between the value of resto mods and the value of numbers matching cars, but as I guess as we are getting older, the comforts of a resto-mod have improved those values. So, but the auctions are just getting crazy right now.
Well, this is a beautiful car, and I noticed these hood pins. Is that standard equipment?
That was a standard in this package on the 1970 Mach 1s, yeah.
Okay, well, it's a beautiful car, thanks. So not only do you get some interesting models that you haven't seen for a while, but also, let's say, some that need a little work. Like, this is a Toyota MR2. The paint's more than a little faded. It's got a puka in the roof now covered with some aluminum foil. But I suspect later on it may turn out to look like this one over here, which is completely redone. Very nice. And also there's some other MR2s right in this row. And speaking of cars that are no longer with us, but obviously a very hot one, and this one highly modified, Eric's going to tell us what it is and what he's done to it.
So it's a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 9, and I've done a lot of things underneath the hood, air suspension, rims. The air suspension is a full AirX with work wheels wrapped with Toyo tires. I have a carbon fiber hood underneath the hood. There's RK titanium, full RK titanium up pipe, low pipe.
So can you raise and lower the suspension?
Yes.
I was going to say, man, this baby is really low. And the seats in there are like racing seats, right?
I have the Bride full seats. I have a Bride rear seats with Takata harness, and it's the reclinable Bride seats.
And the engine done any work there?
Yes, it's tuned by Doug's Dyno, 360 horsepower, and it's on speed density.
Well, that's very nice, thanks. So I saw this particular vehicle rumbling in, and Troy's going to tell us what it is and what modifications have occurred.
It's a 1948 Ford F1. Modifications are chopped 8 inches. It's got an 81 Camaro front subframe. It's got a 468 Chevrolet with a 671 blower, 2 Predator carburetors, narrowed 9-inch Ford rear end.
Other than that, it's stock. So how much horsepower is this developed? Do you have any idea?
The blueprint that I put it together on estimated 800. I've never dynoed it, so.
800? So you've done some body modifications. What have they been?
The front end, I modified the front end. Like I said, chopped the top. The running boards are actually Chevrolet running boards that I turned around backwards and stuck on there. It's a little bit of everything. It's kind of like a Johnny Cash car.
Okay. Well, we're going to have you start it up so we can get a little noise. Cars and Coffee goes to a lot of different spots for their shows. This one was in Kailua, but we're going to check out other ones at different locations.
It's only a matter of time until this happens to your car. You can either go to a body shop or go to Mirage Paintless Dent Repair. Mirage specializes in the craft of paintless dent repair. It's the art of removing minor dings and dents without the use of fillers or repainting.
At Land Rover Honolulu, we only use Mirage Dent Repair because he makes them disappear.
Paintless Dent Repair is 1/3 of the cost of traditional body shops. We offer a mobile service to your home or office. Most repairs are finished within 16 minutes. The original paint stays intact and there's a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
If you have a dent, call my dad, 368-5584.
Can I help you?
Do you have a replacement for this oxygen sensor?
Oh, yeah. Watch this. Hey, Rick, what do you think?
Zirconium dioxide, 5-wire. Yeah, we got that. That's part number 24302.
What aisle?
3rd.
Shelf?
2nd. From the bottom.
That's like a superpower, like a strange and specific superpower.
I heard that.
Let me get that for you.
Thank you, Rick. You're welcome.
Quality parts?
Helpful people.
That's Napa know-how.
Welcome to Island Driver TV. We're here at Kahala Mall for a car show, a special one for Father's Day, 1980 and below. Every kind of car you'd ever want to see.
It's about 1:30, cars are rolling in to a Kahala Mall Cruise Night. We do it every other year. We have about 140 participants. Yeah, this is the food drive for the food bank. and it's a network for Father's Day to getting all the fathers together and fellowship.
Okay, this is a 72L, the Tommaso Pantera. I actually have had two, a 71 and a 72. My wife told me I couldn't have only one, so this is what I have left over now. This car was originally built in California. The engine is a 377 Cleveland stroker, built by Russ Frump. It's a custom-made exhaust system I've been told was loud. Doesn't sound loud to me, but
My name is Butch Meyer. Got a 1951 Chevy Bel Air hardtop. I have this car since 1965. We put a V8 and stuff in it in 1968. It's a Chevy with a Ford engine. I think that's the only one in Hawaii like that. We shipped it to the mainland in 2005. We drove for like 1 month. We won an award in Portland for the Nifty 50 pick.
This is a 48 Anglia with a 355 Chevy, which is 30 over 350. 350 trans, 8 3/4 question rear, and 513 gears. It's traveled 5 inches down over the frame. It's a box frame. It's an English Ford Anglia.
Hi, my name is Rock, and this is my dad's 1949 Merc that we've been building for the last 2.5 years. We towed it home, and we brought it home in maybe 2 to 3 truckloads worth of parts. So it was all in pieces when we got it. Right now it's sitting on airbags, 4 corners, power windows. There's a big block 427 Chevy. All the interior was all done by Al's Upholstery.
He's the brains.
He's the designer, and whatever he wants, I make.
I designed a car, he built the car.
This is his vision of a modern, I guess, 50s style, more or less. All the bumpers are molded, French headlights, I mean, all air ride suspension.
Top roof. We put 30,000 in a car.
Plus my labor.
Hi, I'm Vernon Pai from Hawaii. This is my 37 Ford Cabriolet. It has a 350 Chevy motor in it, all aluminum with a blower. It's modeled after a 37 Ford, slightly modified, of course. It has airbags, goes up and down, has a 6-speed standard transmission, transaxle actually. It has 14-inch Brembo brakes. The wheels are 18 inches in the front and 20 inches in the back.
Hey, how's it? Aloha, my name is Shane. This is my 1956 VW baby window, as we call it in Hawaii. It's amber gold metallic. Picked it up about a couple of years ago, and we're just about 80% done.
So my favorite car of this group, besides the Pantera, since I own one, was that 49 Mercury. What a job they did on that vehicle.
If you missed it this year, go to the Kahala Mall website and make sure you sign up for the upcoming event.
Living in Hawaii, you need the best, and WeatherTech floor mats from Wetokoli are the perfect choice. When those unfortunate accidents happen and your plate lunch goes to the floor, WeatherTech mats will be there to protect, and they're easy to clean. Deep channels trap water, dirt, mud, and sand, and they're available for hundreds of makes and models, so no matter what you drive, you'll find a perfect fit. WeatherTech floor mats. Find them at Wetokoli on Dillingham, just ever of Kalihi Street.